shared at the beginning felt like not a memory, but witnessing something that was currently happening in the world. And the second vision felt like a memory from the past.
I did not even get the gist that that was two different memories or two different scenarios.
Now you do.
Well, I don't even know when it changed.
When I pulled you aside was the second vision. I'm saying the vision from the skeletons being raised and the one where you had when you woke up as a child is two different. One is something happening now, the other was a memory.
Hmm.
You need to read it. So was that I speaking too quickly?
Yeah, I would prefer to read it.
From here. Okay. What's everyone else doing?
I guess Bezoit and I are preparing a rope to raffle down outside.
Okay. Using just ropes or what?
Yeah, just ropes.
Yeah, we're trying to fashion like a rope ladder kind of thing.
Okay. And you're just trying to get down to the loot where the beholder is?
Yes, but as we see Boogie and Cal coming too, we're gonna ask, "Are you guys okay? Did you guys see what we saw with the skeletons?"
Caitlin's finishing up reading. She's done reading now.
Yes. Whom I assume is Martrell raising a dead army that looks to have been raised by dragons.
Yeah, that's. Well, I didn't know about the dragons, but everything else, yeah.
There's no flesh on the skeletons, and he said something about armor and shields that weren't melted.
Yeah, the
Figured.
landscape looked like it had been in some kind of inferno for sure.
Just assume because it was that large army that was killed by what we think is those 4 dragons we saw flying, one the ancient one and then the 4 or 3 other colored ones. All evil.
Bezoit,
Yes, sir.
you hear the voice of Lady Avelina in your head. Bezoit, are you alive? You have to be. The spell didn't fail. Where are you guys? It's crazy up here. I don't know what's happening, but the city's leaving. There's troops all over, but the city's retreating for some reason. And then her voice fades. It is a sending spell, and you have 25 words to respond if you wish.
City is she in? She's back
Lady
in person?
Evelina just asked if we were alive. She said that we must be because or at least me, because the spell didn't fail. She said that the whole city is fleeing. What do you want me to say back to her?
Yeah, because I believe it's within a short amount of time.
Okay, I'm going to say, Lady Evelina, we are all alive. We are in the Underdark. We have allies. And that's all I'm sending to her.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be a response. You guys are able to fashion the rope. Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Who?
Whoever's fashioning the rope.
It was Emus and I. working together.
Yeah.
Okay, so Emus at advantage.
I was gonna say I got a 19.
Which skill check are we using?
Survival.
I don't think I'm gonna beat a 19. Yeah, so first roll is 11, second roll is a 5.
Okay, so
Oh, I'm sorry, second roll is an 8, but that doesn't matter.
so simply enough, you're able to find a sturdy enough rock to fashion the rope to and lower it down to the bottom where the beholder lays dead. Well, not the beholder, it's more like um, these crystallized eyes of this beholder remain in this kind of fleshy pile. But it seems like I don't know, he's deflated and more shriveled than he was in life.
You on yourselves?
Yeah,
Alright.
we're gonna.
Sorry.
So
I guess Emus will take the lead to go down first.
at the bottom, you find these allegedly very expensive beholder eyes, 9 of them, of varying different colors, and they seem like they have different effects just by looking at them.
Use my ranger knowledge and start butchering the beholder.
So like the eyes, like his eyes crystallized upon death kind of deal, and then like his eye stalks shriveled back into him. So they're actually like kind of clean and easy to harvest. You just pick them up off the ground. Are you still wanting to like cut into the flesh that remains just to investigate it?
Me being my rangeritic self and never coming across a beholder before, I'm definitely going to try to learn
Autopsy.
about it. Yes, exactly.
Okay, make a medicine check for me, please.
Medical,
Yes.
14.
Okay. Give me a moment. Who else is doing stuff?
I'm definitely looking around, wanting to see what kind of loot I can get.
So, you find during your autopsy a couple things. One, there are 3 harvestable and valuable resource components to this body. As it sits, you feel that you're able to, with your knife work, as you're cutting through and evaluating, that you would be able to harvest pretty easily this beholder membrane, which is like this kind of large balloon organ inside of the beholder that remains. Um, the other things that look of use, though with their current condition you think it'd be pretty hard, the eye stalks, most of which are shriveled, seem to be like emanating this like very subtle and not like continuous repetition or anything, but like what's the word when something's like not consistent? An inconsistent, Jesus. An inconsistent, yeah. Kind of spark of magical energy. Um, which roll an arcana check for me.
15.
Good job. They can be harvested. That was the minimum you needed. Can be harvested to manufacture eye stalk wands. They're actually like a prized component into fashioning certain types of wands. And then finally, though it seems like it'd be rather hard to do so, this still organic-y, not like the crystals of the eyes on the exterior. In the main part of the deflated corpse, there is that large beholder eye that was different than the rest, that had that large magic nullification property to it. And you would wager that that would probably sell for a hefty price, or be very useful to you.
And
There's no. Sorry.
just going to ask, is there any indication? Do I feel very confident that I'd be able to harvest all of it?
So, as far as easy to harvest, it would be the membrane would be easier, the eye stalk would be harder to harvest correctly, and then the eye would. It is harvestable, but oh yeah, they are mutually exclusive. Like you can harvest one and not damage the other if that's what you're asking. Like each component would have its own role to harvest it.
I'm going to kind of look around the group. Did anyone else follow me down?
I am too.
Okay. I'm just going to
So
look
is
around the
Tammy,
party.
Agatha, and so.
I'm just going to look around the party and say, hey, anyone else have any experience with butchering? Want to help me cut this thing up?
Oh, cell is down.
I do not.
Cell does raises. He raises his hand, not knowing exactly what your question is, but seeing you hovering over this body, and he pulls out what appears to be a like kind of fillet knife.
Oh, well then yeah. I'm gonna maybe he knows how to do it better than me. I'm gonna kind of motion him over and kind of point down to the different items I discovered on it.
And he looks over at you and nods. His kind of like auburn reddish eyes looking at you. He points to you and then says the word that a couple of the people in the party recognize as help. And then he points at himself, and then he points at himself and says help, and then you. Like he's trying to convey that he wants to do it together.
I'm gonna look at Emus and tell him, hey, he's telling you he can help you.
So like, the quizzical look. Well, yeah, of course. That's why I waved him over. And
He's
then
going
I'm going.
to look around at the thing and kind of tap on the components to make sure that you guys are on the same page. And he is tapping the components that you're eyeing. And then he kind of hovers over each one, kind of questioningly, like, which one are you wanting to harvest?
I guess I'm gonna start with the eyes and eye stuff. Yeah.
Why only one?
I did not gather that. I figured each one had a roll of a possibility of doing well or failing, but you can
Yeah.
try for each part.
I'm just gonna go from the eyes, work my way down.
Okay. So you're starting with the hardest one?
No, the eye stalks. Yeah.
Okay. The easiest one is the membrane and then the eye stalks and then the
Yeah.
eye. Okay. So you're starting with the eye stalks.
Yep.
Okay, there are 9 of them. With Celatomi's help, you'll be able to roll, though rather than advantage, it's just one roll, and then whatever your addition is, and he'll add a +3 on top of it.
Okay.
So if you don't want that, you're welcome to have someone else in the party assist you.
My
I think
survival's only a +2.
I think I'm good with that.
I have no
Okay.
plus.
So I rolled 8 plus 7, 15 plus 3, 18.
Okay. You were able to harvest all 8, or sorry, all 9. Yeah, because there's one missing. So you're able to harvest all 9 of the stalks. They seem to be that energy crackling from them. Each one seems to have kind of a very slightly different color to it. They don't all appear to be the same exact stalk, but yeah.
Sweet.
Looking around, the only thing of note, I believe, to you would be still in the distance that beam of like a beacon of Mr. Light in the distance. Still like a pillar going all the way down, all the way up. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be any glowing going on anywhere else. What's everyone else doing?
While they've got that taken care of, I'm going to ask Emus or Boogie if he wants to go check out that purple worm. Cal?
Yeah.
All right, so while Salamonte and Emus are harvesting the beholder, we're going to go check out that purple worm.
Okay. Agatha drops down and starts kind of checking out the beholder with Celatami and looking what you guys are doing. And she's like looking at the gathered up eyes and stuff. And she looks at Cell and starts making these like motions. And she's putting her fist next to fist next to fist. And she's like making it explode and stuff. And she's just doing a bunch of gestures. And she goes find some stones, puts them together. And you see her casting these cantrips of dancing lights and illusions, trying to convey the message to Celatami. And his eyes widen. He gets excited at the illusions that are able to convey the more in-depth charades, I guess, to him. And he begins nodding excitedly at whatever she's talking to him about. All right. You guys start making your way over?
Did you put the purple worm corpse down by chance?
It is down.
Oh, then I'm just not close enough to see where I need to go.
Are you guys walking? Are you guys like stealthily moving up? What are you doing?
Cautiously.
Is Bazoit with him?
I'm trying to.
Okay, I'll move you.
Emus is still up on the rock, too.
Nah, Celatami is back with Emus and the beholder.
So I cautiously want to be approaching as I'm keeping my eyes open for any of the other little frogmen.
Okay, I need you all to roll a stealth check.
Excuse me. Because I need in here.
Woo!
Not 1, but plus 15, so 16.
I got a nat 20.
17.
What was yours, Boogie? Okay. I'm just gonna use this as a holder for. Can't find where the beholder was. Oh, it's right here. Duh. All right. So you guys actually are able to make it as far as you are right now. It just sounds like flesh being cut open, in some kind of like in the distance. It doesn't appear that your presence has been noticed. You can't see the Kotoas, but you hear them cutting into the monster from the other side. And then you hear something that sounds like almost like stone being chiseled away. And then the sound of more flesh being pulled and ripped. I'm surprised you guys didn't share what your visions were.
So I'm thinking of taking this route.
All right. You're just gonna keep approaching until you're noticed.
Hopefully I'm not noticed till I can scare them.
So
And I will
From-
follow Cal.
this point, from this point and the movement following it, I need you to roll another stealth check.
Okay. I feel like my dice are mad at me for not playing with them.
Hmm.
19.
So mad at you.
I rolled a 4.
All right. So go ahead
Oh,
and move where you
jeez.
are.
Well, I'm sorry, Cal.
Were you sneaking up with me?
I was.
I'm about to make a rule you're not allowed to sneak with me.
I could go back and act like I never did it.
No, that's
What'd
what
you
you
roll?
said you were doing.
I rolled a 3.
So Calamity gets to about here when coming around the corner, clunky old Dragonborn over here.
sorry.
A rock gets kicked by her big Dragonborn foot. It goes skittering across, and you see a Katoa pop out to investigate and immediately seem surprised at the creature so close to him. And he yells out, "Ha!" Roll initiative.
Sorry, Cal.
I would take a deep breath and you'd see my shoulders slump, but then ready themselves for the impending battle.
Upon seeing that I had made Cal be seen, I ready myself, and my initiative is 16.
22.
Who has the higher deck or initiative?
I do.
I was like, when you guys rolled that, it's like, Cal's like, of course I do, duh. Not even a contest.
My build is literally built to be able to try to go first.
What'd you roll, Bezoit?
16.
Wow.
Oh, let me guess. That's the worst I could have rolled.
No, you all get to go before they do. All right,
Oh,
Calamity.
shoo.
Probably the
Currently,
only one that's stuck out.
well, from your angle, I don't think you can see any of them. So, yeah, currently your position is not known. But yeah, see, like he's right behind what this is, but the body of this creature's in the way.
Sweet. I can make it to him. And
Action close enough or loud enough for us to notice.
I was not loud.
At this point, I don't
I-
think you would
I was.
hear anything. The only thing that has happened was the but over Celatami, Uwood and On at these dancing lights and happy that he can communicate with Agatha a little bit. No, I don't think you would have heard it.
Rapier's out.
If anything flashy happens over there, or if anyone makes a bunch of noise at this point, yeah, you'd probably hear it. They're close enough that you would hear a yell. 'Cause they're what?
21 to hit.
It's 15. Yeah, they're 275 feet away from you, so they're like a football field away. You'd hear a yell. What'd you say? A what?
25 to hit.
Hits. As you come in closer, you can see that their bone tridents seem to be coated in some kind of at the inlets, not the points, but the inlets of where the tridents are. There's like this really adhesive goo.
Okay. $13 damage.
Okay. So you come in and swipe off to the side, and in one cut a deep gash into his chest, and he drops to the side.
All right. And then I believe, yeah, I have extra attack now, boy. Am I? Well, no, I'll have to bonus action dash to the next person, so I won't have 3 attacks. 5, 10, 15. And I will swing at him. Ooh, I critted. It's kind of a waste, though. Okay, so I rolled a 19. And first damage is 7, 8, 9, 10. And I will swing again.
Bro, you are so lucky.
8.
I just
12,
rolled,
13,
Caitlin,
14,
to see if your swords broke.
yeah.
And if I would have rolled one higher, they would have broken.
Ooh. Okay, so I rolled a 20 for the second swing.
Okay. Wait, you crit him? What's the damage for the crit one?
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it'd be 10 doubled 20.
Okay.
So I wouldn't need to swing for the second one.
He gets cut in half.
And that's all I can do.
This
So
one,
I would make like a monster face at the other guy and kind of go, "Ah!"
he doesn't see it because he's already turned to run, but at the ha, he jumps into his sprint to run away. Boogie. You would be able to see him from there, yeah. Okay, roll an attack roll. Hits. Hits either way. Okay. So as he is running this way,
Yeah.
he jumps up and turns to run, hearing rah! And while he's still in air, this arrow comes piercing through the side of his head, and he falls to the ground dead.
Wow.
And initiative is over.
See if that is what we call a war crime.
I would call it expert extermination.
Hopefully, some of those other fuckers are watching and know who's boss.
Yeah. This guy gets it.
You do notice that it seems like the Igrills have turned and are slowly meandering their way towards you.
Oh, I forgot about those weird bird things with an eye or some shit. I gotta scroll up to see what that looked like. Oh no, it was the weird brain beak thing. Ooh. I forgot about those. I would not have come out here for that. Not yet. Oh, they're creepy. Bird beaks creep me out. That's a lot of damage that can happen from those little things. But that looks like an eagle beak, so even worse. Just hit him in the brain. Don't let those barbs hit you. I feel like that's
He seems to be descending as he gets closer.
fun. Do they appear to have eyes? Like what?
It does not appear to have eyes.
Ears?
As they get closer, nope, no ears.
Holy moly, that thing's huge.
The one that gets closer, you see the brain of it begin to kind of flex, and the brain of the other one seems to kind of flex and then retreat, pulsing kind of rapidly, and the one begins to retreat while the other continues forward.
Retreat to flank us or retreat?
Like walking away from or floating away from the other Igril.
Mm-hmm.
And as it descends down, it hovers over one of the corpses of the Katoas, and its tentacles begin wrapping up around the body, and the tentacles guide it upwards into this like fold of the membrane underneath of the brain, and like pushes the corpse up into this little membrane, and the corpse like fits inside. You can see like a little bit of the fingers hanging out still, and then he floats over to another, reaches down, grabs the corpse, and seeming to only have enough room to store 2 of the corpse inside of its membrane. It turns and peacefully floats away.
Scavenger bird, jellyfish.
It was not interested in the weaponry now.
I don't like the identifier of the right now.
Which ore? So it seems like they had brought some tools with them, other than their poisoned or not poisoned. Right? Are they poisoned? Let me look. Yeah, it's not poisoned. Yeah, it has this adhesive on it meant to disarm attackers. Like if it catches, meant to hold on to whatever and then pull it away. It looks like they were using a mining pick to like cut into the flesh, and then there's this large cleaver, like this very thick, heavy duty cleaver they were using to like get through the super thick hide of the purple worm. Though they were not done with the task. They were mid task when they got interrupted. They got mad. Amos, what are you guys doing back there?
I'm harvesting it.
You would have heard combat, and then everything kind of simmered down. I'm sure you would have heard the snap of the bowstring in the cavern, the boom of the bow.
And when I'm looking over there, is it clear enough for me to see my companions standing there, or?
So you can see the outline of Bezoit in the distance. But other than that, you can't see anyone else. And you saw this Egril kind of descend, and at this moment, it would be ascending upwards as you're looking over there, like away from the group.
I don't see Bezoit like moving quickly or anything. She seems to be kind of just chilling.
Yeah, she doesn't appear to be in any. I assume not, right? You're not in any combat stance, Mom? Bezoit?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll probably look at the action, see it get real quiet all of a sudden, see her kind of chill, be like, kind of smirk to myself, they can handle themselves.
So Tommy turns to you, pointing at the other harvestable things, begins speaking some Undercommon. Something that would probably say, like, are we doing this? Or, like, are we ready? Or, like, do you want to continue? Something along those lines was the tone.
Yep, I'm gonna nod to him and then I'm gonna point to you said something about like membrane of some sort.
Yeah, there's a membrane that's prized by scholars and magic users.
Yeah, let's go for that next.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a
18 plus 7, 25 plus 3, 28.
what
I
did I
should
roll
have
you
saved
have
that
a
one for five.
what did I roll you? Was that a survival check you're rolling?
Yes.
All right, yeah. You're able to harvest that membrane, and it's in pristine condition. Nothing wrong with that at all. A large rubbery balloon that holds many of the beholder's internal organs.
So I'm gonna kneel down next to this frog dude here and take some of his equipment, his pickaxe, and the tools he was using to get into the hide of this purple worm.
So
And
over
then
here,
I'm
the
gonna.
equipment that would be over here is there's 3 of the tridents, so 3 bone tridents, 3 nets that are used to like capture things, um, and then 1 pickaxe and 1 large cleaver.
I would like a net too. 1 pickaxe and 1 what was the last one?
Large meat
Cleaver.
cleaver. These nets are sized to where they can be used on any large or smaller creature.
I would like one of those nets, and I would like to grab the meat cleaver to help process. But I would like to
Okay.
pick up this frog dude and look at the floating guy that ran away and toss the frog dude in his direction.
Interesting. Okay. Couple things. 1, make an athletics check for me. 2, make sure that you guys are writing down everything that you're harvesting because I'm not.
I
Remember,
am.
I'm not going to keep track. Okay.
Um, nice. Why? No, I'm giving it to the other one because it ran away. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I rolled a 21.
Okay. You have a normal range.
I rolled a 15 plus 6 to my athletics.
So, you're able to chuck the small creature pretty far, more than half the distance to the egrill. And then at the sound of the smatter on the ground, like without hesitation, turns around as if knowing exactly where it is and comes back and begins harvesting it.
I'm going to come over here and ask Cal and Boogie, where do you guys want to start? Right where they left off?
Yeah.
So I began taking this meat cleaver into the incision that they had already started and start prying the skin open.
Okay. This is normally a task done by a large crew of people. So the 3 of you over there, I'm gonna have this be a skill check challenge. Give me a skill and justify it to get this opened.
I
To
don't
see
know
how quickly you get
why,
this done.
but I always think of that, like the air horns going off, and you're like, skill check challenge. Brr, 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 brr.
I always think of what's that one show? Taxi. It's like the red light challenge. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
No, fake taxi is not that. Fake taxi is that porn one.
um,
Where you get into a taxi, it's like, hey, you want a blowjob? And you're like, what? I guess, but I'm just trying to go to the store.
ew. It's not, I guess. It's no, I need a new taxi. Okay.
What skill check are you going to have us?
That's up to you. Skill check challenges. You have to pick the skill and justify it.
Oh,
So there's a very tough exterior. Like it looks, they did a really good job illustrating it. Like it has this very hard flesh, and then it is almost as if stone is like built into its flesh. Like the stone that it eats kind of comes out of its skin.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
What's
would
everyone
like
else roll?
I would like to roll athletics for the strength to cut through this hide. And I got a 14 total.
Wait, Boogie, what? I thought you used.
He
He
used
used
acrobatics.
My bad, my bad. I shouldn't read and listen at the same time. Okay, Calamacy.
And I would like to do insight, pointing out possible easier paths to lay the blade and tools to make it easier to cut through and just a smoother process.
Okay, go ahead, roll. We got a 17, and then Bezoit's was a 14.
9, 7, and I have a 16.
Okay. So your average. Your
I thought
rounded
I
up
rolled
average is
crappy.
a 16. So it takes you guys about 15 to 20 minutes. Like it's work to get through this thing. But you're able to open it up enough that it exposes the meat and potatoes of what the Kotoas were after, which the main thing they were after is the purple worm pearl listed at the bottom of that picture I just sent you guys. So you guys see this like large condensed purple pearl exposed in the center of where you guys cut open. Um, and you found some like blood sacs, and up at the mouth and stuff, there's obviously the teeth. Um, in your cutting open, you found a stomach full of this acidic acid. And another harvestable component possibly would be the stinger at the other end of the creature.
That was cut off by the beholder.
Right.
Is it still near this area though?
Yeah, the battle happened right here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like right here.
Okay. To be honest, I thought we were mainly after the precious stones and stuff that they may have in there.
That you can keep digging for that, or you can go open up the other side of it. Or you can dig past because that's past the pearl.
I'm okay with taking the pearl. I am hesitant because I could dump out some of those crystal things that I had grabbed. Just depends on how many we would need for the powering of the ship and shit.
Where is Tammy?
She's over at the EMS.
Is it?
That's fair.
Yeah, because the things I'm interested in is the worm blood and the stinger, for sure. And then
Let's
the
cut to
pearl.
EMS real quick, 1 second. Before I forget, EMS. After this illusion display between Agatha and Selatami, she kind of waves her hand over at you to get your attention and says, "So, Mom always told me, not always, but she said there was these legends that he seems to have heard of all of also in his culture. So I don't know if it's true or not, but if we've both heard of it, it kind of makes me suspicious. And that's that these eyes used in any combination can be quite powerful to do many different things.
How scared that one priestess was over the orb of chaos we had. Yeah, I'm assuming they are pretty powerful. What do you know
No, no,
about?
no, no, no. She reaches down and picks up one of the eyes that had crystallized from the beholder. These eyes.
Oh, well, I just thought they were pretty, and I thought we'd take them with us.
If you don't mind, would you like me? I would like to look at them and see if I can't find anything out.
Sly smile. Just make sure they're not looking back at you.
I've had enough creepy stuff in my life, thank you. And she's gonna start putting them into a very carefully, like laying down a cloth and then putting them down and then layering them with another cloth, putting them into this satchel of hers. And are you going to try to harvest that large beholder eye? You must.
Um, feeling very confident after seemingly doing such a good job, and the what's his name, the Joe again?
Sell.
Sal. I'm terrible with names. And with me seeming to understand Sal's help and assistance pretty well, I confidently dive into the next one, big beholder eye. I rolled a
Would you like to
16 plus.
use? Okay, never mind.
Oh no, I was assuming he was going to be helping me still.
He is helping you. See, I was gonna say, do you want to use your inspiration? But
Oh no, I was going to go for it. I
okay,
rolled 16 plus 3, 19.
okay. Um, as you're cutting around the beholder's eye, you're able to get the majority of it out, but on the withdrawal process, there was a slight nick of a cut that seems to have penetrated the outer membrane. It didn't seem to damage the eye in any way, but from what Celatami is trying to convey with hand signals and Agatha trying to interpret, it seems like because it was just shy of harvesting it how it needed to be, the it's not gonna have a long as long of a shelf life. Like without that exterior membrane, it's gonna have half the um, basically it's gonna expire twice as quickly as it would have.
Really know if that takes the shelf life down from 2 days to a day or what.
That's actually exactly what it is.
Oof.
Are you reading my notes, Evis?
Hey, don't look in that hole in your ceiling.
I'm looking back at the pictures to see if I accidentally because the next category over is how long until it expires. I wasn't trying to give you guys that information. And you're literally like, what is that? From 2 days to 1 day? Look at this here.
What?
Goober. All right. What's everyone else doing?
Well, I would like to continue harvesting what we can on this side. Is there anybody in our group that's
Do you want it off?
immune to acid or resistant to acid?
I ain't resistant to shit. No, I'm resistant to whatever Shantae gave us.
What does Shantae give us?
Immune to disease and resistant to being poisoned. That's my only resistances.
Resistance to disease, necrotic, radiant, I'm immune to poison.
How about you,
You
Boogie?
s-
Okay, so this stomach acid, it seems to me like it has acid, obviously, that can eat through stone or rocks. But if we fail to save on it, then we can burst open the stomach and it'll spray acid on all of us. So I'm willing to take the risk if you guys move out of the way.
Oh. Do you think we really need to do it?
I don't know. That's why I was going to ask Tammy if she thought she needed it.
Hmm.
Because, she likes all her little tinkers and potions. Because you ain't getting sprayed with acid.
Okay. Yeah. I would like my crow back.
Speaking of being beat up, you guys see a couple shadows behind the lava falls, creeping. It seems further to the north, like they're going from their hidden positions, trying to slink away into the corridors unseen. Some of them are not doing a very good job.
Okay. I would move to the side of Bazoit, attempting that, and start working on the lower half, which would be like the lower part of the intestines, where hopefully there's less acid down that way.
All right, so is she like 10 feet away from me? The stomach? Is that where you're moving, Cal?
Yeah, she's 15.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll a survival check to harvest the. You're going after the stomach.
I'm going after the stomach acid, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's the stomach that's full of acid, so you're trying to harvest the stomach without rupturing it.
17, please.
So almost like a hunter cutting out the organs of a buck, you reach in there and almost like you've done it a couple times, and with 0 spillage, harvest the stomach.
Nice. I figured the higher I rolled, the worse it was going to be for me. All right. Okay. As are you getting the pearl, Clamacy?
I had moved further down the worm to start looking for the precious metals. I thought the worm was near where you were at. Am I mistaken in that thinking?
I thought
You're
that
talking
he
about where
said
she
it was
was?
behind the stomach.
It's over. You talking about the stinger?
No.
No. She wants the pearl or the gems and
So
stuff.
the anatomy of it is on this side is like the organs and stuff, and then there's the pearl between the organs and the other side, and on the other side, almost like the pearl is like a congested, like a clam, like takes everything and puts it into that area, but it blocks the other stomach, if you want to call it, that has all the precious metals that are separated inside of the organ system separately from, whereas the rocks push out of it. The other, this is like a filter sac essentially.
Oh.
So you can still get on it. You can either break into the other side, like you did with the other side, or harvest this other side until you get past the pearl, and then you'll have access to the gemstone.
Well, I suppose we were trying to get the pearl anyways, so
Yeah.
go
To
through
get the
the
pearl,
already
you guys,
open
you have to
area.
imagine like you guys are pretty like basically from your rib cage up is kind of inside this creature to like reach in and pull it out.
Gross. Okay.
Be inside of you.
Like oil for my scales.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
What are you guys trying? Trying to harvest the pearl now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Boogie, you want to
guys
grab
are-
some of his teeth?
So Cell can come over and assist and give you a +3, or you guys can help each other and take advantage. But Cell's busy, so I would
Yeah,
I
let's
think we're just
help
gonna
each
take
other.
our advantage.
So who's going to roll? Who's going for the pearl?
Uh What is the roll that will be used? And I guess
Survival.
okay.
Hold on, let me make sure.